Welcome to Zentangle Project Pack 2, Day 7 of the 12 Days of Zentangle. I'm Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and today we're going to work with the Micron PN in black, the Micron 01 in brown. We have a regular pencil, a white charcoal pencil, and a white jelly roll. We're working with a pre-strung tan Zendala, and all of you who have gotten the kits and the packs, the project packs, have gotten different pre-strung Zendalas. And so I was trying to design this particular tile so that you could do the same thing on all of them. So what we're doing is a series of auras, and the auras aren't going like around and around. They're going from edge to edge, and they're creating this beautiful pattern automatically. It's sort of like a log cabin pattern, or even a little bit betweed looking.
It's like a mosh-up of hurry and betweed and aura-knot, and it's essentially auraing in a Hollibaugh fashion. Like each one of those auras are nested beneath the other one.
So we're going to do all of these petals the same way. We're going to just go back and forth. And this is such that we don't have to turn our tile too often, which is really kind of cool. It's pretty comfortable doing it, going from one side to the next. This was a great meditation. I really enjoyed this. And you can see it fills pretty quickly. I think you're going to get a really good workout in doing aura. I mean, sometimes you just need to do that. So we're going to do another section here. There's a triangular shape there. You can see it up close. And again, we're going to do that same thing where we're going to go from this one. We're going to have to move. And you notice my left hand, the way I'm holding the tile, it makes it so that I can easily turn it. So I have the tile between my index finger and my middle finger, so it's easy to pick up each time.
And there's a sort of a background reason for this. Normally, she would tangle on a smoother surface, but Maria's still recovering from a broken wrist, so the cork holds the tile easier, or more. It grabs the tile, but then you can't turn it as easily.
So we're just going to enjoy this meditation. I'm anxious to see what you guys do with it, and when you add all your little specialties, and everybody's been doing that. It's just so lovely to see the differences.
So there's a general texture of this coming through because all of the gaps and the lines are pretty consistent. So it gives this nice color, like a patterned color.
Oh, it's pretty. I like the way it goes around the middle.
So Maria had put in some little brown perfs there.
So now with the brown pen, I'm going to go in and do some of these other kind of flying buttresses. It's sort of like a curvy triangle, but they create beautiful patterns.
And it's in that same approach of auraing the outline and then underlaying the next aura in a Hollibaugh fashion. See? Yeah. So it's sort of like auraing behind. Just do that all the way around the edge. And like we said before, you'll be finding different sections because chances are you have a different pre-strung tile. So this is going to be fun to see all the different ones.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding perfs inside here, almost like perk. And you notice that I start with the largest orb that I can fit in there. So you go to the place there where you put the biggest orb right there, and then you work above and below it, and it kind of gives it this really cool look, a little bit different.
And you notice how she is filling in the little wedges there.
The
The
interstices,
interstices.
spaces between.
Nice effect. And again, I always like that contrast of straight and curve. So this is a great example of that. So you're taking the straight in one color and the curve in another color. It's a nice contrast.
So I'm going to add some white lines here with the jelly roll, the white jelly roll. And there's a triangle that was still there, and we're going to just do that with a white line.
So we'll fill that shape in the same manner. And you may have more or less or different shapes.
But this is just sort of giving you ideas on what to do, and then you have to adjust them to what tiles that you have.
This is actually a good exercise.
I know. That's awesome. So I'm going to go in and add some white in there in the middle just to brighten that up. And kind of pretty.
You might not notice it, but those little touches add to the contrast and add to the sparkle, and they're really fun to do as well.
Awesome. I love the look of this. So I'm going to go in with my General's white charcoal and add some white to the orbs there and pop them out.
And again, she's leaving a little bit of space, so it's not just this monotone of white there. Now some graphite.
Put some focus on that, and I think a little bit on the ends of the petals. We can do both ends of the petals. And don't forget, when we shade, we actually are adding shades of gray. The shading sometimes doesn't make sense in terms of a light source. So always figure that these are patterns, not an object. And a lot of times the shading looks great in the pattern, but doesn't make sense with a light source. And I think I decided at the last minute to put graphite around the edge just to make it pop out.
Well, it adds a nice contrast to the white there.
Right.
Really supports that.
And with my magic tortillon, I'm going to rub that stuff in and just, I love to use that. It's like a magic wand.
You still like to mush it with your finger.
I still use my finger. I never got over that.
And just that little hint of shading on the perfs, those white perfs, really folds them in there. That actually makes a big difference, that outside shadow.
Uh-huh.
Now look how you see the white.
Yep. It pops out. Just going to add a little highlight to the petals.
Adding the highlight and the sun comes in. I like that.
Yeah, the sun just showed its self. I'm going in and just tidying up, and I like to add a little love, like going around and giving some little details.
Because sometimes when you put in the chalk, it dulls the ink. So going back over that
Right.
snaps it back. You remembered to sign it.
I did. I'm making an effort. So that's really cool. I love how that came out. So here's a few other pre-strung zendalas and how they fared. You can see every shape can be used with this tangle, and I love the way it looks. They're all different. This one's a little more graphic, more pointy, and this one,
Yeah, this has that aeronaut-esque vibe to it.
and this one was an odd zendala pattern. It was pretty big spaces, and I decided to just go for it and do something a little different. This one here was cool, and when I was all done, I thought, it's begging to have something woven in and out of, and
So
that's
she-
so easy.
She put that string of perfs there on after the whole thing was done. So sort
Right.
of like in a Bronx cheer
Like a
way.
Bronx cheer, but you can see how it goes. If you're looking at it and you want it to go underneath, so then you shade it so that it appears that it's going under those pieces. Now see here, the highlights will help that.
This is a really cool technique. So you can have a lot of fun with this after you've finished your initial overall tangle.
See, by just adding that a little bit of shade where that's going under, it's just popping up. So cool.
We look forward to seeing what you do. We're loving seeing what's coming up on the app, and we look forward to your comments on the blog.
And see you tomorrow.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.